How can something as beautiful as this be dying? A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life still stands. Question is, for how long? End is coming to the new world. The tribes stand divided, in need of someone strong enough to unite them, or bring them all down. This is a story with an unusual beginning. So, let's expect an unusual end.
Fala rapaziada, aqui quem fala é o Lopes, trazendo aqui pra vocês o início de gameplay de Biomutant. É um jogo que eu queria jogar faz tempo, rapaziada. É um jogo que me interessou bastante, confesso pra vocês. E hoje aqui quero trazer pra vocês o início de gameplay dele. É um jogo bem bacana, bem divertido. Beleza, rapaziada? Não se esquece não, curtiu esse vídeo, se inscreve aí no canal, compartilha esse vídeo, deixa aquele seu like pra fortalecer, que ajuda demais. Beleza, rapaziada? Lembrando que eu tô fazendo live todos os dias na Twitch, beleza? Quem puder colar pra gente trocar uma ideia e jogar uma play, tamo junto aí, beleza, rapaziada? É isso aí, então fiquem com Deus, um abraço a todos e valeu, e fiquem com a gameplay que é fantástica. Os gráficos desse jogo é impressionante, rapaziada. Fui!
Welcome to Biomutant. Encode your DNA. Define your genetic structure. Choose a genetic resilience. Choose your fur style. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick a class. Deadeye chosen. Good choice. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at but for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Let me introduce myself. I'm the light and bright side of you.
Seems more like you're being light-headed.
But...
In your nature.
Right is always right. Stories of death and the bodies left behind, a reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger. better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife's... Slash and dash. Got one. The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death. But some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death. But some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. You're fading. Wow, wow, wow. Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Chop chop! Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks travelled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home. Locked up tight? Just a few moves left. Make them count. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when... Locked. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. So much damage. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out... There have... Had it... Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Mooma knows you are here. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of... You found one! The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and... You hand... Now that you've seen the Nono's connection... He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Mooma comes looking for you. You did good here today. He lost. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived. Records tell of the ruinous devastation the Toxanol Corporation. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says, regardless, you'll meet again once. You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the... Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out of Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's hurt. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your...
That's a spark of light in you!
What's there to like about...
Not as much as it...
Always me...
And you're...
There's Out of Date again. He must have missed something important. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between... The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out-of-date he Another fork. It's a bridge. Just get over it.